Hi everybody, I'm Nicki Clyne. I played Callie on Battlestar Galactica, and I'm here talking to the Battlestar Galactica Museum.
What are some of the new projects that you have coming up in the following months, years?
Years, I know, it's actually been a while. I think it was 2 years ago that it was the 10-year anniversary of the miniseries, which was really hard to believe and made me feel very old. But luckily I don't show it so much. So, you know, after Battlestar I took a bit of a break from acting. I've done some projects here and there. I was hosting a web series for the sci-fi channel called BSG-M-TV. But in the last year and a half, I've been focusing on developing a project that analyzes news, and that's my main focus right now. We have basically a scientific process that breaks down how the news distorts information, how they use spin, how they use slant, how they use illogical statements to try and, well, I don't know their intent, but sometimes the result is that they present readers with things that are less than the truth. And what we do is we analyze not whether it's true or not, but the process through which they present the information, so people can learn to be better critical thinkers and really question and understand the different mechanisms that are used. So that's been my main focus right now.
Cool. And speaking of the way the news is being presented, there's a lot of new ways to bring it out, like Twitter, stuff like that. And what do you think about the way social media has been going about spreading things these days?
Well, that's a really interesting question with regard to social media, especially as it relates to news, because it has changed the whole way news events are reported on. I mean, anyone can be a reporter to some degree if they can get facts out there. The problem is there's no accountability for whether those facts are actually facts or not. I mean, for me personally, I use Twitter and Facebook as a way to connect and communicate and express, and in that regard, I think it's wonderful. I think it's a wonderful tool to be able to reach people that you never would otherwise. I mean, there are people that I've become friends with because we've recognized that we share different interests or values through social media, and you know, I've developed some really close relationships or been able to network in ways that I never would have been able to before. So I think it's a really important tool. I think like anything or any tool, it's important that we use it responsibly. So, you know, it's more in our hands. It's not the tool that's good or bad, it's how we use it.
Now, in Battlestar, the technology was like a very big thing. What are your ideas on the current evolution in technology? Does it scare you? Does it make you happy?
Does the current evolution of technology scare me or make me happy? Well, it's not the technology that scares me, it's how people use technology. I don't have a lot of trust that the people who are in charge of creating the technology have a strong ethical foundation in understanding, you know, what the implications are, and not just that, but even being able to educate people in what it means to have such powerful technology. I think it doesn't scare me. I mean, I think it's wonderful. The fact that humans can do what we do to capture, you know, electricity and the whole scientific process that I can't even wrap my brain around. The fact that we can do what we do is phenomenal. So I am a huge supporter of that, but again, it's more a matter of, you know, is it in the right hands? You know, who are the people that are using it or wielding that power? Or if it's given to the masses, are we really thinking about what it means to use it? So I don't know if that answers your question. I think it's very exciting. I just hope that people do good things with it.
And now on to Battlestar. Callie was a character that went through a lot throughout the series. What do you think of her personal evolution going from the miniseries to, well, basically the time she was jettisoned out of an airlock?
Yeah, well, it's an interesting thing because as an actor, I think I had such a gift to play Callie because of the complexity and kind of the evolution that she had. She started out as a very kind of happy-go-lucky, peripheral character that didn't have a lot of depth per se in terms of her storyline or what was going on for her. She was kind of just there. You know, I had a joke with the editors of, when in doubt, cut to Callie, because, you know, she had a lot of reaction, facial expressions, but then it started to evolve, and I was really, you know, always excited to get more to do and more kind of emotional scenes and things like that. It ended up going a little crazy, if you will, for lack of a better word, by the end, which again, you know, I see it two ways. One is the way of like seeing Callie as a person and feeling very sad about what was going on for her. But then as an actor, getting to play those parts is so much fun. Like that's the juicy stuff. You know, to just be standing around turning a wrench, honestly, is harder for me than digging into a really strong emotional scene and getting to connect with another person. So I had a lot of fun. I really had a lot of fun. The part that I wasn't too happy with was what happened to Callie's character after she left the show. I thought she got a lot of shit. I'm sorry if you have to bleep that out, but I just people treated her memory, I guess, if you will, without much respect, and I didn't think that was very nice. But I was happy with how it went, and I thought it was nice that at the end we got to see that there was a lot going on for her and really kind of see different sides of her.
And what are some of the best things you got out of the show?
I think some of the best things I've got out of the show are experiences like I'm having today, where I've been connecting with people all day who care about the show, who care about the actors who are part of the show, and to be able to celebrate something that is meaningful to both of us in this way is such a privilege. And you know, we're sitting here in a comic book store, and it's been kind of like, you know, I ended up not being at the convention and being here, and in some ways, I mean, I wish I was with my other castmates, because part of the best part of being at conventions is getting to see each other, but having this kind of more intimate, casual setting has been really nice. It's more like, you know, a living room. You get to just hang out and talk about neat stuff. So I think, yeah, just all the people I've been able to meet through being on the show and all the cool, nerdy things I get to talk about as part of my job, I mean, can't complain. Message I'd like to give to the world. It's a big question, and I probably have a lot, but really I just want the fans to know how grateful we are, because we couldn't do what we do without you, and I at least feel a deep gratitude and respect for the commitment fans have and the appreciation they have for the show, because we worked really hard to make it what it is and what it was, and to see how something like that could have such a ripple effect and affect so many people and become something that brings people together over a shared love and really bring an experience of humanity is very beautiful, so thank you.